Alrighty, team, welcome back. Guess what? Our next run is ready. You don't have to listen to me ramble much more here. I'm going to herald you closer to the darkness in a sense. This is Alan Wake 2, Alan Percent by Nerd Squared. Show us your moves, my friend.
All right. Thank you, Zenadir. Hey, I am Nerd Squared. I did the Poppy run the other day. Pretty good all stages run there. I run a bunch of different stuff, mainly focusing on horror. And keeping with the theme, we playing a little bit of Alan Wake 2, of course, the sequel to the hit Remedy game from a while ago. Multiple spin-off games and whatnot. Joining me on commentary is going to be Sweet Peeps.
Hello. You might know me from such places as hosting this event a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, and
Nope,
she
never
also
heard of him.
did. Yeah, and she also did a pretty good run of this for Flame Fatales. Recommend you check that out.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, the run I'll be doing today is a little category called Allen Percent, not full game any percent, but Allen Percent. And what that involves is going to the chapter select here, selecting local girl, and there we go. These are all of the initiation chapters. This is Alan Wake's half of the game. Of course, there's Alan's half here, initiation, and Saga's half, return. I'll be doing just Alan's side, and it's with any percent rules, so you see quite a few breaks. And we choose to do Alan percent for these marathon showcases like what you're seeing here, just because the full game is very long. Any percent, you're talking 2.5 hours, pushing 3 hours if you do it glitchless. So this is a more marathon-friendly way of showcasing the game. And yeah, time starts as soon as I start holding spacebar here to load the first chapter. So 3, 2, 1, let's get this rolling. Right. What's up?
Making the noise. I was making the noise.
Oh.
Can you do that for the whole game?
No,
Oh,
just
my-
for the transitions.
Okay, so occasional Foley artist. Okay. got
Yeah.
But yeah, this game takes place about 13 years after the original game. In the original Alan Wake, we got in the dark place to rescue our wife, Alice. But as a trade-off with that, we swap places with her. So now we're trapped in the dark place as Alan, and we're trying to get out of this TV studio, I guess, to try to get out of the dark place. We'll go briefly into more detail about how the progression through Alan's chapters works, but for now, we just got to explore the studio.
Yeah, and as handsome as you think Il Cavilli is, you don't get to see him often. Sorry.
Well, we
We'll
do get
pull a
to see.
picture of him.
Yeah, we do get to see him, just not from the front.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and we'll enter our first keypad code there. Good old Neighbor of the Beast.
Neighbor the Beast, 665.
Yeah,
I'm doing the
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, better see a 665 training the donations, because we do have an incentive later on to do the dance. If you know, you know. So make sure to donate to that. You still have a little bit to go for that. About 15 minutes in is when that is.
This writer not chill as hell.
I can provide a quick update on that. Due to a fantastic $100 donation that came in right before we got to this run from, I believe that's a Schwab Peanut, who simply said, Alan Wake 2. Fantastic message. Absolutely beautiful. But they did put that donation towards the Alan Wake 2 incentive. Yeah. They brought us to 157 of the 175 needed to $18 away. That's all we need to see this dance.
Right,
Yep.
and we don't have a lot of time.
No,
Herald of Darkness section, it starts about 20 minutes into the run, and the dance itself is about 24, 25 minutes into the run, so you don't have a lot of time.
It's going to be an experience, even if we don't end up doing it, because it's just such a good portion of the game. Yeah, we're back in the TV studio. The first time we ended up getting eaten by the devil. So we're going to try to go through the studio again. We're going to enter a different code this time.
It's not 665?
Yeah, it's actually 565.
Wow.
I guess when they put in that second code into the keypad, they made a typo or something.
I guess. Those Anderson brothers, huh? Swap Peanut brought up a very good point. 3 people donating $6.65, the neighbor of the beast. We will hit that $18 we need.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Ozzy, the janitor?
Yeah, it was Ati. We don't want him to talk too much, though, so we're going to go through the store to cancel this dialogue. You'll see these dialogue tree options for the first time. Basically, the fastest option you can pick is the one that's outlined in bold there. You won't see it, though, because I'm, like, mashing one while the conversation is loading. Give us the keys to the... Oh, what's up?
Hey, speaking of Ati, I believe they just sent in a $100 donation.
What?
And he said, here for the dance, Alan Wake 2. And that officially met the incentive. Fun fact.
Wow.
Right after that, Ati sniped it, just so we're clear. Like, within 20 seconds, a different donation came through from Zaf, $20, that also said, Alan Wake 2. So we have more than met the Alan Wake incentive. Herald of Darkness Dance is happening. I want to let you all know that we are now only $9 away from unlocking the Watch Endgame boss cutscenes and Unicorn Overlord. That means we are only $109 away from $5,000 total dollars raised, which is what we were hoping for by the end of the marathon. But guess what? We still have, 2 or 3 runs tonight and the entirety of day 5? That's incredible. The generosity is amazing. We have the rest of Alan Wake 2, the rest of tonight. I want to see us get to that 5,000. Please help us out with that. We're so close.
So close. Shout out to Zafeby. That's my best friend.
All right, so we picked up an angel lamp. Oh, yeah.
I was just saying she does not like Alan Wake.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the end of the first chapter of Initiation right there. Generally, how Initiation progresses is we do one chapter to get out of the TV studio, which is what we just did. And then we go to a murder site following the stories we've supposedly been writing this whole time in order to get a clue with all this, go into Parliament Tower over there. And then we go into Parliament Tower to try to meet up with Alice. And there's like 3 rounds of that, so 3 chapters each, so total of 9. We can't actually go to a murder site proper, though, until we get our signature flashlight and pistol, so we'll be going over here to do that. Go ahead and skip that.
Casey.
Don't worry about what that was.
Yeah, it's fine.
Do you want me to make the joke?
Okay.
Do you want me to make the joke?
Is that Max Payne?
Max Payne? There, I did it for you.
Yeah.
No, that is not Max Payne. That is Alex Casey, the legally distinct Max Payne.
Legally distinct.
It is legally distinct. If you were not aware, Remedy made Max Payne. That is Sam Lake, creative director, bass. James McCaffrey's voice. Rest in peace. That is legally distinct Max Payne.
Mm-hmm.
So is it like store brand Max Payne or?
Well, yeah. So you know how Kurt Russell's son is like Walmart brand Captain America, and then like Chris Evans is like Gucci. I would say this is like maybe Marks and Spencer's, Lord and Taylor. The higher end department store brand.
Fair enough.
Of Max Payne.
Also, we just had our first instance of the flashlight there. Again, another signature mechanic of this series. You zoom the flashlight in to break open those light orbs. That's the only time we'll be seeing it in the run, because we're about to do, one small skip and then a really big one. And we also get to see the first real instance of the angel lamp. We take light to and from different sources to unlock pathways through the level. Is the shortest explanation for that.
Right.
No, you go ahead.
All right. I just love explaining the angel lamp. So the angel lamp has different charges, and watch above the weapon and health bar. It's not there right now, but when Alan grabs a charge for the angel lamp, there will be a little light bulb symbol. So that's how you know you have one. And with these charges, these flickering lights you use the lamp to change the environment at these specific lamps. Ah, this is a cool one.
Yeah, so Alan has a very interesting way of climbing ladders. That's totally how that works. Then we're going to dodge forward, because when you're in midair like this, you don't really have much air control if you're just moving normally. So we have to dodge in many directions to give ourselves that extra oomph. Taking that light source there, and then we'll be grabbing this safety checkpoint, because the next skip I'll be doing has potential to soft lock, so we definitely need to grab that.
Right. It's definitely a stick in our craw, this skip, but it looks darn cool when it succeeds,
Yeah.
and you're gonna succeed.
Yeah.
But yes, on the bottom right, that is Nerd's gonna take. No, Nerd's not gonna take that. Nerd's gonna open the subway.
Yeah, because even though we don't go in the subway, technically, we still need to go back through the subway later. And you're supposed to go back that way where the cop car was they took the light from. But instead, I'm going to go over here next to this random tent looking thing and do this. So I'm going to do 3 dodges backwards. No, didn't get it. So what I'm trying to do there is open the plot board, which is Alan's mechanic.
A little bit more. Unless this works, then I'm a dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it!
Yeah, so what I did there is I opened the plot board with tab, just Alan's main mechanic in the game. We'll get to that later, in a later chapter. And then immediately after, like right after, I did a dodge. What I ended up doing there is clipping through a barrier that's supposed to keep you inside the normal play area, because this is kind of intended to be a dream in the story of the game. So it's like the dream keeping you in. But we tricked the game into letting us go past it. Now we can walk out of bounds here. And there's a pretty particular setup I have to do here. It's not too rough. I'm pretty consistent with it, but it can be a little annoying sometimes. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dodges forward at that angle. And where we're trying to go is the subway, obviously. But we have to fall for quite a while to get there. Because how the maps in this game work, at least the way I understand it, is you have the main city map that we've been walking around a lot this whole time. And all the other, I guess, sub-areas are stored deep below the map. And the subway, in particular, is stored very, very far below the map. So we have to fall for about 40 seconds here to actually get to the tunnel. And if I'm positioned wrong, I can end up on top of the tunnel and not inside it. So let's see here. Let's wait for the audio to dip. Oh, here we go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
You. First try.
Yep. So that just skipped the entire subway segment. It's one of those murder sites we'd have to go to that I was talking about before. And it has the subway area normally takes around 8 minutes. And before it saved around 5, but with the barrier clip method there, it saves 1.5 minutes. Because otherwise you have to do some more exploring in the city. So that's probably around a 7-minute time save there, which is huge. Like that barrier clip alone saves like 5 minutes in this category, just in Alan's chapters in particular, just because you don't have to do all that extra exploring that we'd have to do otherwise. Because there were other out-of-bounds setups before that, but they were a lot more complicated. The barrier clip just streamlines the process a lot more.
Right. If you'd like to see the old skip, you can watch the SGDQ 2024 run by Suave Peanut. This barrier skip was literally found like 3-4 hours before that run, so there was no time. And was that also Zumo, or I'm sure Suave Peanut can correct me, remind me who found the barrier skip?
I don't remember exactly. Because I just saw like a video Suave Peanut made of the skip, but I know they didn't find it. But in any case, like I said, we have to go back through the subway to actually get out of here. And I have to position my camera in a certain way there, otherwise I will not be able to interact with that light. To get out of the subway. Now I'll be going to Parliament Towers is where Alan and Alice live. Like I mentioned before, we're trying to meet up with her. That's kind of our goal throughout this game on Alan's half. So we'll be making our way up to the elevator. This is a pretty straightforward segment. There's not too much going on, so you can probably read something out real quick.
I just want to say quickly, yeah, Zumo de Papaya community member did find the skip, but Suave Peanut is who routed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And Suave Peanut was the one that did a run while I got to dance in a mask. It was great.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to take the moment to say hello, everyone. Welcome to Running Through Wonderland. This is day 4. We are coming together in this mutual aid speedrunning marathon to raise money to help with the cost of Alice at Wonderland Games' gender-affirming surgery, which is coming up in February of 2025. Alice's surgery has been canceled twice due to insurance issues, and she's been waiting for the surgery for 4 years since her first consultation. So every moment that you watch, every time you share it, and every dollar that you donate counts to help get her there. We're currently at $4,901 raised and counting. We got a $10 donation in from Anonymous that said cat, because we did open a bid war to select which animal will be picked during the Stardew Valley run tomorrow morning. That pushed us over 4,900 total and counting, which means we also unlocked the Unicorn Overlord Watch Endgame Boss animation. So thank you all so much for that. That's absolutely incredible. We also have a Stardew Valley incentive that we're working on opening, just as a heads up, to actually adopt that pet. So while we have $10 towards cat, there's no guarantees we adopt it. We're figuring out where we're placing it right now, but I wanted to give everyone the heads up that we have to meet that Stardew Valley incentive before the end of tonight, since it happens right at the start of the Stardew Valley run. As soon as we figure out where we're placing it, I will update you all, but just know that it's very time sensitive. And we only have, 2 games after Alan Wake tonight? Am I correct in that? We have, Unicorn Overlord and Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. The night is ticking. Day 4 has been incredible, but it's coming to a close soon.
Like, can I not do math? I also can't read schedules. This is...
I don't do either of those.
Yeah, this is the only look we have at Saga's gameplay. This is kind of what we call like the interlude section. So we cut back to Saga. Alan's been telling a story about what he's been dealing with in the Dark Place. We get to see Saga's game mechanic, her case board, and her profiling, and it's just... I really hope this kind of piques your interest, because Saga is amazing.
Yeah. Like, even from a speedrun perspective, there's a lot of really cool management with the case board and full game. In fact, I actually, the only reason my full game time is as low on the leaderboard as it is because I'm bad at managing the case board.
Yeah, it kind of... from a casual standpoint, it's fun, it's great, but speedrunning, I don't see a badge on that flannel. It's not something that is enjoyed by the community. Hey, guess what? What section are we coming into? I almost forgot. Okay, there we go.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna take me out. Oh, okay, hi, book.
That's hello.
Physics.
Say it.
Wait. That's never happened before?
Yeah!
I mean, we're not in GDQ, but it counts. But yeah, the section we're going into is We Sing. You saw the title card pop up a second ago. This is the famous interactive musical section of the game. So famous, in fact, that the cast of this game that you see right here on the TV got together to perform this song live at the Game Awards last year, which is wild that even happened for a game like this.
Yeah, just seeing them at the Keeleys was fantastic. Love the Keeleys. We love the Keeleys here at Running Through Wonderland.
Casual
but
reminder.
This is the song.
Yeah. It's so weird seeing Alan stare at himself in the TV. It's like me staring at my sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah.
But yeah, this section, it's largely on rails for the most part until like halfway through, so you can read stuff if you have anything.
There's some intense discussions going on right now between some of the producers to figure out where we're trying to place things right now. I want to get final confirmation here before I say anything. I see the current producers typing.
Well, then I'll say something. I think you all should donate for Doggy.
Huh? No, I will say donate for Kitty.
Donate
I have
for
my
Puppy
co-host right next to me is the most beautiful cat in the world, and if you tell her you're donating for Dog, I'll cry for her.
I love kitty cats. I love to smoosh my face in all their fur. But I also, I like to pick Doggy because the brown dog reminds me of my late puppy dog, Dachi.
Oh,
So if I can guilt you into donating for Puppy Dog, I will.
I'm going to say I feel the guilt. I will still stand on the other side for the sake of making it a bid war, but I respect your decision.
Yeah, you respect my hustle there?
You know,
Yeah.
you're definitely getting me. You're tugging the heartstrings. And there's the confirmation I was looking for. We are officially placing the Stardew Valley Adopt the Pet incentive at a milestone of $5,100. That will cross us over the $5,000 we were hoping to raise by the end of tomorrow, and then a little bit extra if we reach that $5,100, which we have to meet before the end of tonight, because Stardew Valley is our first game, and you select your pet in character creation as it turns out, so we need to know if we're even going to adopt it. You don't want to break that poor pet's heart, do you, chat? You don't want to see that pet get brought to the farm and then say, no, I don't want you. Don't do that to the pet. Help us raise $5,100, and while you're at it, at the bottom of the page you can select incentives, and you can tell us which of the two pets you want to adopt, the puppy or the kitty. Please let us know. Please donate good things. Put Alan Wake 2 in your donation message. It's fun.
665 train.
Ooh, 665 train.
Mm-hmm. I know we met the incentive already, but keep doing it.
This rider cringe as hell. Oh, but this spot is actually where it branches from glitchless to any %. So the dance is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
And Rara says, make them tie and do a secret third option. What's the secret third option? Oh, capybara. Okay.
What do you want it to be?
I want it to be 2 puppy dogs. No, I want it to be a puppy and a kitty.
Secret option E, nobody loses.
All right. So yeah, this is where the big skip is. You're supposed to go over there to continue listening to the song, but instead I'm going to take the light there while I'm underneath the platform. So now we're back here when we're not supposed to be. This is the starting area that we were just at. Because the screens that were here before are gone now, so I can do an out of bounds to skip to a later part of the song. To put into perspective, also have to do this real quick. Should be good. Yep. So to put into perspective, we just started part 2 of the song. We're going to go to the end of part 3 with this. And it's as difficult as it looks, because it's very dark here. And in fact, the only light source I have here is like the lighting coming off of the angel lamp. Yeah. So I have to navigate in the dark using the light of the angel lamp to get past this the set piece for this part of the song. Where I am right now is essentially where part 3 would take place.
Where you are now is you cross the bridge. You are coming into Birdleg Cabin, a stage production version of Birdleg Cabin, and the level is gonna end.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a musical right there.
That's the musical! And that's it.
Did it.
Production? That's not actually it.
Yeah.
Then why'd you say that was it? I pressed the button.
Did you stop time? Actually. That'd be so funny if you did. Yeah, we tricked you. It's not over.
Yeah, and then this is the point where I'm asked, do you like jazz? And I say no.
Yeah, you like jazz?
No. Wait, I actually don't have to leave because I'm in my chair right now. Yeah, like I'm not dancing. Yes, I love jazz.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be my turn in a second. You donated for it. I'm probably gonna look like a fool doing this, but we're gonna give it a shot. I might mess up a move or two, but we'll see.
Let's heckin' go.
It's hard to do this with a suit, man.
I respect it though.
You got it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Also, I don't have my headphones on. I'll be able to hear you in a second. All right, I'm back. What'd I miss?
Me clapping and saying yippee.
Hopefully it was something good then.
Yeah. You know, me clapping and saying yippee.
Yippee.
Bye, Ati. Bye, Ati.
Yeah, bye, Ati. Also, my headphone cord is caught in my chair. There we
Oh
go.
no.
I had it plugged in to charge because it was on low power earlier.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, now we're out of the funky musical. Also, the camera is jank, but I'll fix it in a second. Now we'll be going to the hotel. To meet up with Zane, who's probably my personal favorite character outside of Mr. Door. And we have to interact with this phone call. We actually don't have to do this in Alan's chapters for the most part, but it is required in this case just to trigger that objective in the top left.
Yeah, you have to talk to the handsome man.
Good
On the
old
phone.
Thomas Zane. And if you remember that barrier clip that we did before in Initiation 2, we're going to do the same thing. And not only are we going to do the same barrier clip, we're going to do it twice.
What?
Because... yeah.
That's... Wow, that's... What are you saying that for? Twice?
Yeah. And the reason we have to do it twice is because normally in this chapter... real quickly, I have to look out of bounds here. Okay, I just had to see where the geometry is. The reason we have to do it so much in this chapter is because we have to make 2 trips to the hotel, and that would normally require doing a bunch of exploration around the city. Because, you know, with this being a weird dream-like world that this Alan is projecting himself into, when you try to go to a building, it's like, aha, I tricked you, and you have to, like, go the long way around to get to where you're trying to go. But Alan in this run is not about that. He wants to cut out the middleman and just go straight there.
You could say Alan's writing his own ending or whatever. I don't know. He's not a good writer.
Yeah, he's bookending his own... I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know, we don't claim to be good writers.
No, I don't think we'd be much better than Alan, to be honest.
I'm actually much better than Alan. But I don't claim I'm a good writer.
Yeah. So yeah, we interact with that projection screen. That's him interacting with Thomas Zane right there, who's, again, a supporting character that helps us through this particular next couple of murder sites. We got our first real instance of an echo. These give a lead into what we're trying to look for with these murder sites. And these are completely on rails. You cannot skip past them in any way, although I wish we could. Coliseum Lake. So while we're waiting here for this, I'm going to equip some stuff. That's a flare gun for later, and the pistol just for aesthetics. I also found a weird glitch the other week when doing runs of Alan %. If you're in the inventory like this, and you hover the mouse over an item like that, and then press the inventory button again, you can move around with the inventory open. It doesn't actually do anything. It just looks funny. You can soft lock though. If you press it too much in quick succession while the mouse is hovered over the item you're trying to do this little trickery with, you get stuck in place and can't move. Yeah, because the game thinks you're in the inventory, so it keeps you still, but it's still closed. But it's closed technically at the same time, so you're just stuck there forever.
Forever.
So yep, gonna do the barrier clip again. We got it first try on the previous one, so let's see if that holds true here still. Oh, dang it. So yeah, so I timed it just a bit too late there, so I have to reset it up. There we go. Timing on that isn't too precise, but you do have to press the case board, or plot board in that case, and crouch or control pretty close together. Also, there's just a random coffee cup floating out of bounds there. Don't worry about it. So unlike before, where we just dodged to the side to get to Zane's room, instead we're going to go off to the side here in the subway, which is not your average subway, because we can just walk through the concrete of the platform. It's fine. And the reason we actually want to do this is to get to room 665 at the top of the hotel. I will just fall through the floor right there. No big deal. And
yeah, we gotta go talk to our special friend, room 666.
Neighbor the beast.
Yeah.
And it might be a little hard to see on the stream, but while I'm dodging out of bounds here, what I'm looking for is some edges of collision that kind of briefly show my flashlight as I'm dodging forward here to line up where I want to go. And the hallway should appear below me in a second. There we are. And then once I'm aligned enough with the hallway, I'll just let myself fall.
Yeah!
There we go. So that just skipped all the hotel. We go straight to room 666, so which is going to give us the clue that we need in the plot board for the murder site. And like I said with the previous echo, this is essentially cutscene that's on rails, so for the next minute or so, we can read a few donations. Or do any plugs.
Yeah, I'm happy to remind everybody that we're here for Running Through Wonderland, which is a 5-day mutual aid speedrunning marathon where we're coming together to raise money to help with the cost of Alice at Wonderland Games' gender-affirming surgery, which is coming up in February of 2025. We're currently at $4,901 raised and counting. Our goal by the end of the marathon was $5,000. We are $99 away from breaking that before the end of day 4, which would be absolutely incredible. Right now, we do have 2 incentives that are open. We have excuse me, if we reach $5,100 total raised, we will unlock the ability to adopt the pet in Stardew Valley. We have to reach that preferably before the end of tonight to make sure that happens, because that happens so early into the Stardew run. It's kind of not really going to be feasible to get tomorrow, but who knows? People show up. You never know what happens. Otherwise, we do have the bid war open for the same incentive. Effectively, you can choose whether we adopt the cat or the dog. Right now, cat is winning by $10, so if you'd like to make your opinion heard on your preference, that is the best way to do it. Specifically for the bid war, you do have to go to the bottom of the donation page and open up that incentives tab. Specifically put your money towards the bid war. It is not automatic, but the 5,100 milestone is.
Yep. So now we're running away from the devil. Okay, then. So that can happen sometimes during the chase. So you get chased by Mr. Scratch here, who's kind of the big bad of this game, through the hotel. And as you saw right there, this chase in particular, compared to every other trash chase in the game, is very buggy. Sometimes you can just, even if you take a really good line and cut corners very tightly without much mistakes, he can just catch you anyway. And it happens annoyingly frequently in this chase in particular. It's only this chase, usually, where it's an issue, for whatever reason.
The issue is whenever you're trying to cut those corners, the Dark Presence can actually move through the corner. So it doesn't have to take that 90-degree L. It can actually cut through the corner. Yeah. And I don't think that's something that like we mentioned in any of the runs. But yeah, that's why even now, like, you know, we're speedrunners, we know how to play this game. Even then, sometimes it still catches us like that.
Yeah, Scratch added wall hacks into the game. Yeah, it's fine. We got it once. We met our quota. When we find this random woman in the tub, don't worry about it. Play the full game if you want to see more. But yeah, that's the end of the hotel murder site. And immediately after we load into this chapter, I'm going to try to do a trick called a zip. I'm only going to give it a couple of tries because it only saves a couple seconds, but it looks cool. Nah, I'll give it one more try. So what I'm doing here is I'm running forward into the door to initiate a bash animation. And right as the bash animation happens, I'm doing a melee. Okay, that was a decent one.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And zips are a common thing in speedrunning. You know, video games don't like it when your character is in the geometry, so it just bloop, get out of here.
Yeah, and in that case, it just doesn't like us doing the bash and melee at the same time. There's just some weird interaction with it there. And with that zip and also a zip, I could do at the end, but I won't be doing just for the sake of the marathon. So we have time to explain things. Is you can actually miss triggers by doing that and be soft locked here when you go to the elevator to get up to the apartment, which I learned the hard way a few times in real runs. It was a pain.
It's a bummer. Yeah, that's why at marathons, so far, I mean, you tried it, so hopefully maybe we'll get braver or whatever, but that's why Swapina and I just like did not bother. Because we didn't want to get stuck on the second floor.
Speaking of which, that's a good segue into a skip we'll be seeing later. But for now, another apartment section, so more reading out.
You caught me in the middle of drinking water. Why would you do that? Which I guess that's going to be everybody's reminder to hydrate.
Yeah, stay hydrated, folks.
Take a heck and sip, babes.
A heck and sip specifically. I want to ask you both a question out of pure curiosity. What got you into Alan Wake specifically? Like, what got you interested in the game, and what got you interested in speedrunning it?
Well, yeah, well, for me, it was actually the SGQ run that Suave Peanut did. I played this game casually before that, so I already knew, like, oh, this game was pretty good. Like, even stuff like the musical you saw before just blew me away. So I had, like, an inkling of speedrunning it, but the SGQ run was what pushed me to do it. I started with that 1%, and then I moved to full game. Full game, Final Draft specifically, which is this game's kind of new game plus mode. Just so I have to worry less about inventory management and stuff like that.
So, and I just like Alan Wake. I mean, this is literally the only game I know how to speedrun.
That's more than me.
Yeah, this game came out and Swab Peanut was like, I'm gonna learn the routes so that I can teach it to you. And then turns out Swab Peanut, they like running this game as well. So yeah, Swab Peanut, you're a trendsetter, dog.
Yeah, and I think we'd be remiss to not give a shout out to Suave Peanut, as well as another runner of this game, Avukamu. They are top contenders for this game in all categories, and they're amazing at the game.
Bye, Ati. Tainted Tally, who was actually the first person to showcase Alan Wake
for sure.
At a marathon.
Yeah.
Satori Earth, who also was on a hotfix. We have to go. Our beautiful wife Alice left us some things in a shoebox, and we gotta go get them. That's what we're doing back here in the basement.
Yep. Yeah, we won't see what those are used for until the end game, and we're not doing the end game because we're only doing 1%. But we have to take a quick detour to grab those. It's necessary to actually trigger the end cutscene, which is what we consider to be the end condition for 1%, is hitting that cutscene. So we'll do what we did before. When escaping the TV studio, we're going to take the life from this TV, and that's the end of the chapter.
Hey, the music in this game is phenomenal. That
Oh, yeah.
song, This Road by Poe, actually, she's releasing a vinyl of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, heroes and villains in the end credits.
yeah,
Amazing.
Poets of the Fall. I mean, just the music is phenomenal, and
Yeah.
they did something really cool. They made their own music for this one, because if you're familiar at all with Alan Wake 1, there's popular songs on that on there, and they keep losing the rights for them. You know, you can't play the game on stream. So they were like, okay, we're gonna make our own music this time.
Yeah.
And it's all bangers, banger after banger after banger.
Yeah, and on that train of thought, Poets of the Fall, yeah, that's all Gods of Asgard. Played the music during Herald of Darkness. There's like some interesting meta fourth wall stuff that this game does. Kind of a trend with Remedy games, but this game takes it to another level. So we'll get another tape from that projector. Alan looks a bit more angry this time, but don't worry about it. He's fine. Zane's fine. And
Really weird that they look exactly the same. That's weird.
Yeah. It's almost as if they're portrayed by the same actor.
Oh my gosh. You're telling me that both of these men are portrayed by Finnish actor Ilkka Ville.
That would be correct.
And you're telling me Alan is voiced by a different man named Matthew Peretta.
Yeah.
But Tom Zane is I guess voiced by Ilkka Ville.
Yeah. There's actually a funny Easter egg right there. If after triggering that tape you wait in that room, there's like an outtake where it turns out that Zane's fine and it was just a movie. Also, these guys can be very aggressive. Something I didn't explain quite yet. It's like a super minor thing, but it's still relevant to the run. Most of the time when I'm outside with these shadow protected enemies, which are called Taken.
Haters.
Yeah, haters, yeah. I've been having my flashlight turned off because it might just be placebo, but I believe they're less aggressive if you have the flashlight off.
Yeah, that is a genuine thing. I think it's actually in the hints in the loading screen.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's wishful thinking, but it definitely is real that if your flashlight is off in the dark place and the shadow folks are less likely to see you.
Yeah. So the enemies in this game, the enemies in this game basically follow Silent Hill rules is what that is. And we go into our third and last murder site, the Poet Cinema. Now, with the other two murder sites, we've done Out of Bounds to skip to the end of them. But that's not the case for this level. We're basically going to do it pretty closely to glitchless, minus a couple of minor ladder glitches. Because there is an Out of Bounds in this chapter, but it's very hardware dependent due to how the game loads stuff when you're out of bounds. So whenever we do runs of this game, Allen % or otherwise, we kind of have a gentleman's agreement to not do it just because it's so inconsistent.
Gentle women, we love feminism here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an echo. We have to wait for the echo to play out. It's one of those on-rails cutscenes like I was talking about before. And I have to wait right here in front of this doorway, because when an echo is playing, if you get too far away from the range of the echo, it starts over from the beginning, which wastes a lot of time. And you'll see me grabbing some supplies right here as I check these lockers. Oh, I got a flare, nice. You'll see me checking these lockers for supplies. Because like I said earlier, the enemies in this game, in this chapter in particular, are very aggressive. So I'm just grabbing some safety items to help me deal with them. It's good that I got the flare, because I can do a safety strat with that on my return trip back to the theater. Also, I like this line delivery right here. Speaking of James McCafferty. Give me a name! Such a
You
good.
will meet him soon enough.
Yeah, such a good punchy line delivery. I love it.
Oh, and I missed the Amogus. So, one of the characters says to earn their place among us, and every time I say Among Us, but I forgot to that time. So I want to
Amogus?
apologize. I want to apologize wholeheartedly to everyone I let down by not making that the Amogus joke. I'm sorry. I'm listening. I'm learning. I won't. I won't do it again.
It's okay. We got the line delivery. Also, I know we did the joke before with Max Payne. So we
Right?
won't
Yeah.
do
Do
that.
it. Do it. Do it. Yeah. Is that Max
Well,
Payne?
Yeah, well, I actually want to do a diversion from that. I just love the puns on these posters, like Cold Casey, Final Casey, Hard Casey. So good.
Yeah, nerd's not just like wasting time here. It's another one of those echoes that'll give us a plot element to put on the plot board in Alan's little writer's room to progress the level. This is the only way you can fully grasp. See that new plot element? Here's the plot board. This is the reason I like that Poet Cinema is pretty much glitchless is because it gives the chance to show, to show this off. This specifically, Sam Lake without a shirt. No, the level, but also Sam Lake without a shirt. Where's Astrid? Astrid, come.
Hopefully in the
Astrid.
chat.
Chat, Astrid, someone grab
Yeah, we have to wait for the funny Zane man to bring up his lamp, because we need to steal the light from that to open up an exit right here. But yeah, like Beebs was saying, this is a good insight into what the Alan's chapters, specifically the murder sites, look like glitchless. Because like I was alluding to before with the case board on Saga side, there's a lot of really cool management with the plot board. Because you have to like put clues, specific clues on specific rooms when you get to them. Like obviously you have to input it really quickly on the case board itself, or plot board itself. So there's a lot of really cool optimization you can do with that. So yeah, we'll go over here. I'm going to get another clue after an echo. But before I do that, I'm going to do a small ladder skip. Ah, I didn't get it. I was going to try to do a ladder skip there to skip climbing down the ladder, but I mistimed it a little bit. There's like a tiny delay when you do the melee between you inputting it and the melee actually going through. So I've had times where I go for a ladder glitch, and then I press interact too soon, and then he just grabs the ladder like a doof.
Hey, let's look at his nose hair.
Oh yeah, sure.
There it is.
Oh my god, that's actually a thing.
Yeah, so they left his nose hairs, but if you look at Casey, there's no nose hairs in there. So I wonder what that says about Sam Lake's relationship with Ilkavili, that he left this man's nose hairs after that photogrammetry session.
Well, technically the case you're following is a ghost.
Okay, but like, if they're taking pictures up your nose and there's no nose hair, doesn't that tell you?
Yeah, we're getting into some wild conspiracy theories here at Running Through Wonderland.
Yeah, follow me for more weird conspiracy theories about Remedy Entertainment.
Yep. Your last ladder skip. Okay, we're not going to do our last ladder skip. Yeah, this one's a little tight because you have to turn the corner pretty precisely to make this.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
First try. And that's a wrap on the ladder skip.
Yep, but now's where the hard part is, because we have to go back to the theater to put that Grandmaster plot element that we just used on the plot board in the theater. And I mentioned earlier, again, about how the enemies are aggressive. This is the worst spot for it, because there's a bunch of haters in here all at once, and they can just clobber you and drain your health. So when I go into the theater here, before I go into the plot board, I'm going to throw a flare right around there. That should dissuade the haters from attacking me. Maybe.
The Raiders?
The Raiders?
The Raiders?
Did I say raiders? I meant to say haters.
No, they're
Same
just
No,
difference.
you
they
didn't.
just
Sorry.
came in.
We just got raided at the same time.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That was
thanks,
so
Alan.
funny. What?
Yeah, sometimes that can happen too. You can get damage as you're transitioning into the maze and just get tossed down out of nowhere.
I'm so glad. Because did you even pick up health?
Yeah, I did. I
Oh,
just
you
didn't
did.
think to
Okay,
use it.
I must have just glanced away.
Yeah, you basically only use the health right there if you get like super tossed around, like on yellow health or something. But we didn't get that low, thankfully.
Right, because
Yeah,
when Alan is ouching, he walks really slow, and that is not conducive to a speed run sort of vibe that we're trying to cultivate here. So, you
Yep.
know, we slap a band-aid on him, he's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, just toss some Benadryl in. It's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Also, we're in the film maze right now. Pretty good set piece in a casual playthrough. Also, there's Sam Lake again.
Oh my god, Sam Lake. Hi. Where's
Yeah,
Astrid?
Yeah. Ah.
Ah.
So I was trying to go for a glitch there where whenever you're interacting with an item, if you dodge and hit interact at the same time, you'll cancel out the animation, because obviously the character is trying to concentrate on dodging. It doesn't play a huge part in Alan's side, because obviously we're skipping so much already with the out of bounds. But it plays a huge part in Saga side for any percent, because Saga side is a lot less glitch heavy than Alan's side is. It's a lot more combat focused.
Yeah. Saga is more survival horror, and Alan is more psychological horror. Alan's boss fights, he runs from his problems, and Saga faces hers head on. Feminism.
Mm-hmm.
How was I in that movie? Why does all this feel so familiar? Who the fuck?
Oh, and this is gonna last a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have anything you want to read out, you can read it out real quick.
Yeah, hey, I definitely want to say thank you so much, RPG Valkyries, for the raid, and welcome raiders overall, not haters, raiders specifically. Thank you so much for being here. If you're curious what this is Running Through Wonderland. This is a 5-day mutual aid speedrunning marathon where we're coming together to raise money to help with the cost of Alice at Wonderland Games, is a gender-affirming surgery that is coming up in February of 2025. Alice's surgery has been canceled twice due to insurance issues, and she's been waiting for the surgery for 4 years since her first consultation, so every single moment and every dollar counts to help get her there. Please type !donate in the chat if you'd like to check out the donation page. Currently, we do have 2 incentives open. If we reach $5,100 total, our first run of tomorrow, which is Stardew Valley, we will adopt that pet. And we also have a bid war open for that exact incentive, where any donations you put through, if you want to assign them to this bid war, you can help determine what we're adopting tomorrow. And if we do, to be fair, there is the cat or the dog. Those are our 2 options. So any donation goes towards the 5,100, and then you have to select that bid war. Preferences on cat or dog, I believe we have some, if you want to say it as.
It's a puppy. It's puppy. And that was the end of that film maze. And now, do we have time, Laszlo, do we have time to watch a 16-minute short film? They're nodding their head, but in their eyes, they look really scared. So let's say no.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and leave. Yeah, that is an actual 16-minute short film. You can just sit and watch it in the theater if you want to. At one point, they wanted to do a feature-length film, I think, but
that's right.
Remedy decided, yeah, no, you only get 16 minutes.
Well, no. So Sam Lake, he wanted a feature length, and we're coming up to the end of the run. So let me speak really fast. Sam Lake wanted a feature length film. Fortunately, his team said, no, Sam Lake, your Riz too powerful. They'll kill you. We cannot do a feature length film. So he was like, okay, we'll do a 16-minute short film. The end.
Yep.
Absolute cinema.
Yeah. Actual cinema.
Actual literal cinema. And this is the end of the run. I don't think of it. I don't know any more like tips and tricks for people.
Yeah. So while we're running up here, I just want to give a shout out to the people we gave shout outs to earlier. All the Alan Wake 2 and Alan Wake speedrunning community in general, and also just Remedy for making such a good game. There is the Lake House DLC, as well as the physical edition that's coming out very soon. So if you want to pick this game up, dip your toes into it, that would be a good opportunity for it. and right now would be a good time for it. And time is going to be in a second here when I hit the shoebox. Time.
That was time.
Wow, already.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
Where did it
easy
go?
breezy. I mean, it's one half of the game. This is more, we like to call this beginner friendly, and because my hardship with Alan Wake 2 is the combat on Saga's side. Alan Percent is easy breezy. Thanks, Swap Peanut.
Yeah. Yeah, Swab Peanut, by the way, is the runner that created this category. So shouts to them as well for that. And of course, their SGQ run, like I mentioned before, it's what got me into speedrunning this game. So just nice to see the community grow through things like that. Speaking of which, we do have a Discord for speedruns of this game. You can find it on, I believe, the speedrun.com page for all of the Alan Wake games, including Alan Wake 2, of course. And if this intrigued you, I encourage you to watch a run of the full game. I do runs of it on Final Draft, so watch that if that interests you.
And I'm Sweet Peeps. I love Alan Wake 2. I love Destiny 2. I'm a Titan main.
Hey, yo,
You
same.
That's right. Titan Gang. You can follow me on twitch.tv and also on Blue Sky or whatever. Thank you. Oh my God, Saga, I love you. Melanie.
I'm trying to take a photo, but
Melanie Liebert is so pretty.
Yeah, indeed she is. All right, and that'll be it for me. Thank you all for coming out and for donating for the dance. That was crazy that we managed to reach it.
Also, Puppy. Vote for Puppy with your dollars.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have Pet the Mayor set up on this file, but we can at least get the dog in one game. Yeah, that's about it for us. Thanks for coming on by.
Alrighty, that was that for them. Hey, everybody, it's still me. And as it turns out, we do have some more games tonight. There are 2 more games for day 4 of running through Wonderland. I will be with you here for Unicorn Overlord, which is only a 24-minute estimate now that we have actually got that incentive. And then we do have another amazing host taking over for the very final run of the evening. That would be the Big Scared. A little bit longer until then. Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories will be our final run of tonight. And tomorrow we start off with Stardew Valley. We're currently at $4,901 raised, which is actually incredible. My ideal right now is that we reach at minimum $5,000 before the end of tonight, because that means we would have reached our end goal a day early, which is absolutely incredible. That would be so fantastic and so generous. Would be amazing. I mean, the fact that we're even here right now is thanks to all of you, everyone who has rated, who has shared, who has donated, who has participated behind the scenes and whatnot. Thank you, all of you. These events are always heartwarming, and I'm very thankful I get to be a part of them, because I meet so many amazing people and I get to be a part of so many amazing stories I wouldn't otherwise. So I'm very thankful for that. Hope you all enjoyed the Alan Wake 2 run and the fact that we unlocked the dancing incentive. That was great, especially getting to see it and not being the person, like, I'm not looking at myself doing it anymore, because I keep watching the SGDQ one where I was. It's really weird to watch yourself when you're not used to it on camera. Anyways, if you are curious, we do still have 2 incentives open right now that are occasionally flashing on your screen. If we reach a total of $5,100 raised before the start of Stardew Valley tomorrow morning, then we will adopt the pet when it is presented to us. And at the same time, we do have the bid war open to select which of those pets it's going to be. Your options are cat or dog. Currently, cat is winning by $10. I am all for cat winning. But maybe you aren't. Maybe you really want to pet that dog, and that is totally valid. When you go to the donation page, which you can find by typing !donate in the chat, at the very bottom of the page, I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to walk through with us. You say, oh, I'm going to donate $25, whatever your amount may be. Then there's this bar that says incentives. You have to click on that. It expands. Stardew Valley is the one thing you can click there for Pet Bid War. Say, I have whatever amount that I'm going to put towards it, I'm going to put it towards Cat. Add and donate. It's a little bit of extra steps, but it helps us specifically know what you would like to get out of it and how you want to influence the rest of the event. That is how we know, so please put it in there. If you're like, oh my goodness, I actually put a donation through that I forgot to assign it to, you can let us know in chat, and we can also go through the back end and we can reassign it proper at that point. That is a thing we are able to do, so keep it in mind. Yeah, wow, I can't believe we're at the end of day 4. This week has gone so fast. It feels a little surreal how quickly it's gone, but nonetheless, it's been a great time the whole way through, and we're almost to the end of day 4. I'm going to take a few moments here while we're getting tech ready in the back end. I suggest everybody does the same. It's a great time to get some water, take a stretch. We'll be back in a few moments.